building design at its visionary best engages, exhilarates, and inspires. It possesses a quality almost indescribable that embodies design ingenuity, connection to place, and above all, imagination. Let's check out 10 most impressive buildings in the world. Before proceeding further, please subscribe to the channel and click on the notification icon so you would get notified when we upload the next video. 10. Leaning Tower of Pisa, Pisa, Italy. The Leaning Tower of Pisa has the reputation of a legend. It's known all everywhere and people refer to it in its stories all over the globe. Italy's iconic tower was built during the 12th century as a bell tower. The soft foundation underneath didn't support all the weight of the building and started tilting during the construction until it was finally completed in 1372. Nowadays, the tower is completely stable and has an inclination of 5.5 degrees and a reputation that precedes it. There are a number of well-known buildings that are strewn about Italy that were built throughout the Roman Empire, Italian Renaissance, as well as later times during the medieval period. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is one of the most recognizable structures in the world due to a poorly laid foundation. The tower was initially commissioned in the 1170s by prominent architect and builder Bonanno Pisano. Construction on the building began in 1173, and the project is one of the longest of any project on our list of buildings. It took nearly 2 centuries before the tower was finally finished in 1372. Just a few years after the tower was completed, those within the city of Pisa began to notice that it seemed to be sinking on one side. This gradual sinking gave way to what is now a tower that appears as if it's about to fall over at any moment. Various efforts have been made over the years to prevent the Leaning Tower of Pisa from falling, which included the addition of thousands of pounds of lead counterweights. 9. CN Tower, Toronto, Canada. Located in Toronto, Canada, the CN Tower, short for Canada's National Tower, stands as the 3rd tallest tower in the world, with a height of 1,800 feet. Its construction was finalized in 1976 and was used as a telecommunications tower. Besides its functional role, the CN Tower was given a touristic purpose as well, so visitors can go up the observation deck and admire the stunning sights around. On top of that, literally, there's a restaurant which serves both delicious dishes and 360-degree views. 8. Burj Al Arab, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The Burj Al Arab is one of the most defining buildings of Dubai's skyline. Built in 1994 on a man-made island and shaped to look like a ship's sail, it houses one of the most luxurious hotels in the world, and the 3rd tallest for that matter. Definitely grand and eye-catching, the Burj Al Arab features 202 luxurious suites spread on a total of 53 floors, 2 top restaurants, and a 590 feet tall atrium. It's located in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and has become an iconic symbol of the city that draws many thousands of visitors each year. It towers over the other skyscrapers and buildings throughout the coastal city of Dubai, and it's home to some of the most prestigious buildings in the oil-rich city. The building was initially designed by Adrian Smith of the well-known architecture firm Skidmore, Owings & Merrill. The architects held a groundbreaking ceremony in 2004, and the building was completed just a few years later. The tip of the building stands at a staggering 2,722 feet tall, and the Burj Khalifa offers more than 3,300,000 square feet of space. Being the tallest building in the world also brings a host of issues that the Burj Khalifa faces. It is known to attract thrill seekers and daredevils, including base jumpers who sometimes attempt to illegally jump from the top of the building. 7. One World Trade Center, Manhattan, New York, U.S. Who doesn't remember the Twin Towers, with their image appearing in almost every American movie or series, soaring high above a thrilling Manhattan? After 9/11, the One World Trade Center was built right where the Twin Towers once stood, continuing as America's most impressive icon. Completed in 2013, the One World Trade Center rises 104 floors and features an observation deck with stunning 360-degree views of all of Manhattan, New York. 6. Sydney Opera House, Sydney, Australia. The Sydney Opera House in Sydney, Australia might not impress with size or height, but its unique architecture is downright extraordinary. Center of the art scene in Australia, the Opera House has gained notoriety in the world due to its remarkable shape of concrete shells. The building's construction began in 1958 after a design contest won by Jorn Utzon, an architect from Denmark. The structure comprises of a concert hall, a drama theater, an open theater, a studio, the Yutsan room, forecourt, and a recording studio. There are also 5 restaurants and a course of ambiguous souvenir shops. 5. The Louvre, Paris, France. First a museum when it was built back in the 12th century, then turned into a royal residence in the 14th century and a royal museum in 1750 by Louis XV. The Louvre in Paris was transformed yet again to a public museum during the French Revolution. Nowadays, the most recognizable historical monument of the world, in part thanks to the 1988 built glass pyramid outside, and Louvre holds over 38,000 works of art, including the famous Mona Lisa. 4. Empire State Building, New York City, U.S. It was once the tallest building on Earth, and New York was never complete in a movie or TV show without it appearing on the screen. The Empire State Building, a national historical landmark, is New York's most recognized symbol, built with a great pride in 1930 and 1931. Unfortunately, the building was empty for the next 20 years due to the Great Depression. A timeless monument of the great American city, the Empire State Building has endured a lot more in its life. It's withstood a plane crash in 1945, shootings in 1997, and over 30 suicides, but it's no less of an iconic architectural wonder today. It's a building that has been featured in countless paintings, photographs, and films over the years. The Empire State Building was designed by an architect firm known as Shreve Lam & Harmon. Construction began in 1930, and the project was handled by famous architects John J. Roscoe and Al Smith, who were both very well known at the time. The Empire State Building was finished just 1 year after work began on it, and the building was opened in 1931. It held the distinction of being the tallest freestanding structure in the world for many years after it was initially constructed, but the title was later given to the New York City's World Trade Center buildings, which each stood 110 stories. The Empire State Building now stands as one of the most historical buildings in the United States, and it is also a symbol of New York City's reputation for drive and determination. 3. Taj Mahal, Agra, India. It may not be the tallest, but it certainly is one of the most impressive as famous buildings on the globe. The Taj Mahal Crown Palace, today one of the 7 wonders of the world. It was built to honor Mumtaz Mahal, the wife of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, who died in 1631 giving birth to their 14th child. The construction lasted for 22 years, and the magnificent structure and story continues to impress millions of visitors every year. 2. Big Ben, London, England. Big Ben, one of the most famous landmarks in London for a very long time, the Big Ben, or the Great Bell of the Clock, situated north of the Palace of Westminster, is one of the most recognized symbols of London and the United Kingdom. It was built back in 1859, and even though it's currently under renovation, it's going to open again for the public in 2021. The tower is 316 feet tall, and the Great Bell weighs no less than 13 tons. 1. Eiffel Tower, Paris, France. It's no surprise here. The Eiffel Tower in Paris, France is not only one of the most recognized places and buildings on Earth, but it's also one of the most romantic ones. Towering high above the French capital, the Eiffel Tower was finished in 1889, and it became the most cherished French monument. Built by Gustave Eiffel's civil engineering firm in just 2 years, 2 months, and 5 days, using around 7,500 tons of iron and 2.5 million rivets. This tower was designed as the centerpiece of the 1889 World's Fair in Paris, honoring the centennial of the French Revolution and also showing off France's mechanical prowess in that period. Since its grand opening back in 1889, the Eiffel Tower has welcomed more than 250 million people from all over the world and still welcomes more than 7 million visitors every single year. Which one of them you've visited? Thanks for watching.